Welcome to Charlotte, North Carolina, Bank of America Stadium, and the Duke's Mayo Classic. This ought to be a fantastic showdown and just the flavor every college football fan can't wait for. Hello and welcome everyone to a game that we've been eagerly awaiting. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 22nd ranked team in the land, the Syracuse Orange. 3A Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Tigers ready to get this thing started and open the season. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Makes the catch. It's good. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback get going the other direction.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. The give to the tailback. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Let's think a little bit about Syracuse. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys have decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Here comes the option. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
One of the things I like about this defense is their DBs are not afraid to put their face in the fan and go tackle. And you saw it that time with the cornerback making a great play, tackling the quarterback on the option for a big loss.
Syracuse with a major problem and a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Complete to the right. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. They'll give it to the back. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season. Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted. Guess even a Heisman Trophy contender can have a miscue. Got him down quickly after the pick, but man, do you have to take care of the ball down here, and they didn't. They'll mark it at the 27. Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up with an opportunity to get some points. You start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the field.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll try the counter. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to your tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have an outlet throw in your back pocket.
The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Moves around to clear up the vision. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Pulls it in. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. So they put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Leaves it with the back. Sweet cut there. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
Now on the option. Now the pitch. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
The Orange just need to get some of that yardage back here on 2nd down. Quarterback keeps it. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the 4th quarter.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the play. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. From the gun, the running back has it. There he goes. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down.
That's a really nice run. One thing I love about him is he's got versatility. Reminds me of a guy I used to play against back in the day, Kevin Falk. He could catch the ball, he could run the ball, he could block, he returned kicks. He did everything for the LSU Tigers, and this guy, he's got that ability too. So many different tools in his toolbox.
They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. Makes it past the marker. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. They're working that left side. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that, take a shot down the field, and don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Out of the gun, the inside give. Got the first down, looking for more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Final play of the quarter coming. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's brought down after a solid gain, and we are done in the first quarter. Guys, we're at the end of the quarter, and Syracuse has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Caught near the sticks. It's Terrell. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
And the Tigers will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Power ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers! Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he runs into a wall, maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got it in the middle. It's good. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
It's hard for an offense to win when you get in predictable situations. What a great job understanding where the first down marker is. I got to get a big gain, got to get that first down. Nice job, great nose for the first down.
The give to the back, fighting off the defender. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
Yeah, and a really nice job by the QB seeing linebackers are a little bit soft playing pass. Give the rock, hand it off, let the running back do the rest.
Syracuse ready to go to work with another first down. He'll ride his man on the option. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Guys, let's talk about Syracuse. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that, might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. Starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. On the option. He'll keep it himself. Runs through the tackle. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
The Orange trying to come up with an explosive play to convert this 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line.
And that is why this punter is such a big weapon. He can completely flip the field. He's got a cannon for a leg. That was a moonshot. They were able to get downfield, and now this offense, they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to score.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. All right, guys, let's talk LSU. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
You just need more from your offensive line. 2nd and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up 3rd down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Spits it out to the back. He's got it. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a 1st down. This is a really good call because that angle route is tough to cover, especially on a 3rd down.
And that's a really tough route to cover because the running back looks like he's going to the flats and then cuts it right to the middle of the field. Easy pitch and catch from quarterback to running back to get the 1st down.
He's looking deep. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their heads. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
Here comes the heat. And as he throws.
Well, if this offense is going to win this game, and down the road, if they're going to reach the college football playoff and hope to win a national championship, they have got to keep this quarterback clean. Couldn't do it on that last play.
They make third down offense a key. It'll be tested on third and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Using the quick game. They make the tackle at the 33, and it is well short of the first down. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting...
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Got it behind the line. It's Hope. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, he'll throw it. Good route on the comeback, and he makes the catch. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
When I see the defensive man coverage, I'm trying to get my fast guy versus their worst corner. Trying to get a great matchup on the outside, take advantage of to make big plays.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Out of the gun to give to the back. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Caught over the middle. It's Sturdivant. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
This receiver is such a weapon. He has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. It's a fumble on the play. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And I tell you what, man, you got to do a better job of taking care of the football. Got to know. Got the first down. Running backs. This is job security. You better handle that thing well, Palmer.
And because of that, David, you might see another running back jog out in the field the next time this offense takes it. We're seeing a lot more of that around college football now. There's a lot of committees out there, committee approach. One way to get yourself on the bench very quickly, put the rock on the ground. That's a coachable lesson for that young man.
They are backed up. Defense smelling blood as this drive starts at the 5. Gives it on the option. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. And the timing just a hair off.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
The Orange with a lot of work to do on 3rd and long. The give on the option. He is denied, cannot get to the 1st down marker, and it's 4th down coming. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Makes a move. And the returner will be knocked down. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Looking to throw on 1st down. Got a man. It's total. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
And quarterbacks love running backs who can catch the ball because they're stat patterns. That's an easy throw for this quarterback to make. He's just letting his running back do all the work. Get him the football out in space and let the magic happen.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Got his man quickly. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. And this one will be a 40-yard try from the left hash. Going right down the boulevard. The lead now 7 here in the 3rd quarter. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Syracuse has it teed up, ready to kick off and start this second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. As they get ready to start this third quarter, think how big the lead might be if they'd taken care of the ball.
Well, the game might be over, Reese, but if you're on defense...
Turning it on! Touchdown LSU! Once he got some room, it was over.
This quarterback is so good at creating. When plays break down, when things aren't perfect, he has the ability to buy time, use his athleticism, and torch a defense, and he did it right there with his legs.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Tulsa overcame a tough opponent, and not only that, a raucous crowd. The Golden Hurricane tuned out all the noise and showed this team can win on its field, your field, or a neutral field. Well done. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Rides the back on the option to give. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Four punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a fifth. Trying play action. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Well, this offense has really struggled so far early in this game, and the passing game particularly. A lot of that is on the quarterback, but at some point you need guys to step up and help him out. That was a very good throw. His receiver has got to be able to make that catch. It just takes one play to get momentum and build some confidence, but the guys around the quarterback, they've now got to step up with this offense.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Here's the handoff. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
That's a really nice job holding that pass in, and you think LSU has just been such a breeding ground in recent years for receivers. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, OBJ, Jarvis Landry, they all have the ability to make a play anywhere on the field, and that's what this guy can do. You can line him up anywhere. He can run routes at all three levels of the secondary. The defense has to know where he is lined up every single play.
Wants to go up top on first down. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. That costly penalty will give this offense a new set of downs. 3 yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. CUSE the play fake. Now to throw. He tries to take the top off. That one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Got to get the football to the 32 to pick up the first down. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Oh, no good. Missed the field goal. Missed the chance to make it a 3-possession game, but still a 14-point lead, guys.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but we left some points off the scoreboard there.
The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. These guys really need to get something going on this drive. They are still well within striking distance, but they have very little to show for their possession so far. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Pressure coming. But it's incomplete, and this sophomore quarterback usually makes that throw every time.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. A little screen to the running back. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out and in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
Syracuse ready to go to work with another first down.
coach said, you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Syracuse needs to come up with a big third down play to keep the drive going. Gives it on the option. He breaks the tackle. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. Has to get there to move the sticks. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, there you're seeing the mentality of this head coach in the game, going for it on fourth down. A lot of guys would have tried to kick a field goal, but I think this guy knows, hey, we're not going to win this game putting threes up on the board. We need touchdowns. Nice attitude.
Syracuse has a really nice drive going. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the right. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. On target over the middle. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox. Well, it's always nice to get the first one out of the way. That's the first passing touchdown for the season in this offense, and they've got a lot of playmakers. Their quarterback is accurate, makes good decisions. You saw it on that play. That's the first, and it certainly won't be the last.
Ready to try the point after. It's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Georgia Tech has just had no answers today. You should see what Yellow Jacket greats like Calvin Johnson are saying on social media right now. Talk about unhappy. They're trailing by 14 to Alabama. This one has actually kind of exceeded expectations. Always a memorable chapter in the book of college football.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They just saw their lead cut in half, and now they'll try to answer. Quick pass on the jet motion. Cut there.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
And the Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll run it from the gun. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Use the play fake, now to throw. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
Hey, this quarterback, man, you've seen him have some success, so you know he'll take off and run. The defense was ready, man. Nice job. This 2nd half, this is a critical part of it. Don't let him beat you with his feet.
The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air on 2nd down. He's going for it all. He's got it. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47. And yet another Bayou Bengal baller on the outside who can just go get it.
And if I'm a quarterback, man, I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit it in the box. I know my receiver out wide will make plays. LSU has had guy after guy after guy that you can name that can do that, and they might just have another one.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, this defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They go to the ground. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? Guys, LSU has the lead here. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Catch in the middle, it's Sturdivant. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Hauls it in, the 1st down and more. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
You know, you always talk about risk-reward. Gambling and going for it with the lead on 4th down right there, getting it, the reward could be winning the game. That was an unbelievable play. And how about this coaching staff putting their faith in their players to come up with the execution and make it happen?
And with the lead late in this football game, I expect to see more of this from this offense. And what am I telling my running back, who's already put the ball on the ground once today? 2 hands on the football. We're not fighting for all this extra yardage. Like, protect the football. We cannot put that thing on the deck.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Throws toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Well, this defense was ready for go-bucks. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
They run into a bit of trouble here, 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man! And a confident throw and catch, and they're in the red zone at the 13.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Hope. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
Well, you got to think in his mind right now, ball security is at a premium, right? He's had a problem with that earlier in this game, but with the lead now late in the game, yards aren't as important as taking care of the football, and I think he's doing a better job of that now late.
Looking to the end zone. And he will take it in. Touchdown, LSU!
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up. And getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
And they did tack on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Gives it to the back on the draw. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Good. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. Syracuse right back at it.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got them set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
Well, hats off to this defense and their ability to shut this guy down. He's one of the best receivers in all of college football. That was only his 2nd catch of the game, and we're essentially in a 2-minute situation. They have risen to the challenge. They knew coming in they were going to have to limit him, but I don't know if they even thought they'd be able to do this good of a job.
To do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Right down the middle. Makes the grab. It's Coates. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. To the air on first down. Dances away. Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage.
And the QB has had a nice drive, and this offense has been throwing the football all over the yard. You want to stop that? Get pressure on him. Nice job getting to the quarterback, affecting him, and even better, getting him on the ground.
The Orange just need to get some of that yardage back here on second down. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. Working the big fella downfield and outside. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
This tight end is such a weapon because he can line up all over the field. That time he starts in the slot. He's running the corner route against zone coverage, and he's just got athleticism and wiggle and the ability to separate and make big plays. It's so nice to have a target like that.
A 1st down run on the doorstep. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. Wants to go up top. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
2nd and goal, no dice for this offense. If I'm on offense right now, I'm thinking about who are my mismatches? Who are my big bodies out wide that I can throw them the football and they can make a play over top of somebody?
And they'll come to the line and try to draw a little bit closer on 3rd and goal. Quarterback on the keeper. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy 1st down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
A 4th quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the looks. Got to score the touchdown on 4th and goal. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
Obviously, they fail on that 4th down, but because there's still time on the clock, this game's not over. Who on defense right now can step up and make a big play and get the ball back to the offense?
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start the...
Continues to fight for yards. All out of space. He's at the 30. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Great job by the offense there, getting the 1st down on the ground, staying in bounds, too. So if you're on defense here, you might want to start thinking about using your timeouts. You've got 3 in your back pocket, but trailing, you've got to start using them.
Well, you talk about getting out of jail free. They changed that field position in a heartbeat, and now they're ready to roll. From the gun, give on the inside. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on 1st down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football. Run the clock. Let that thing tick down. And if we add points, we add points.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Now they'll try the right side. And he launches in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers!
Wow, style, this offense. They have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the American. Appalachian State is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Kid Brewer Stadium, one of the best home field advantages in all of college football. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to Charlotte. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
They couldn't draw up a better way to start a drive, and now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 41. Looking downfield on 1st down. Throw toward the sidelines is caught, but it's out of bounds and incomplete. 2nd down coming.
Well, at this point,
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Couldn't make the connection on 1st down. Now here on 2nd. Back to pass. Oh, they're after him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
and it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Wants to throw it. Finds his man. It's Coates. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Looking to throw on first down. Lets it fly deep downfield. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Back to pass on second down. This time he's got it. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Syracuse right back at it. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
The Orange just need to get some of that yardage back here on second down. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. They get to him as he throws.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
Syracuse with a major problem and a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He unleashes a long one. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Syracuse comes to the line on 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires into the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great, and they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll throw again after the incompletion. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Orange.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple positions.
Well, they blocked the extra point. He picks it up. That's a live ball. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. They're definitely up against it. Time running out. Down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. They got on the ball, but I believe he touched it before it went 10 yards, and there is a flag on the field. They were trying to steal a possession to draw a little closer in this game, but the ball didn't go 10 yards, so they'll take over the football with the lead. Quarterback takes a knee.
Hey, how about this, D? You think they're locked in and dialed into this quarterback and his ability to run the football? You've seen him make plays throughout this game. They know it. They're seeing it, and they're making sure that guy's not going to beat him.
I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not, and that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.